Somebody get a defibrillator. Go wake him up. Call the meeting to order. We have a proper quorum has been determined. Could you please go over the minutes from our last meeting? I need a motion to accept the minutes.
I'll make a motion to accept.
Motion to accept. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. All right. Order of business. Library card applications, camera and signature pad.
They're all in, and Glenn has worked very hard on getting those over to our reference desk. We are going to wait until about August to get this going because with summer reading at this point we're really busy, and we didn't want to start something new for our staff until after we were through with our summer reading. So August is our target month.
Should have started it Monday so it can go with the time change. That'll really confuse them. How many average, how many minutes it takes for one person?
Currently, Glenn, what do you think? About 5 minutes after they fill out the application?
Probably in total, I'd say 10
Right.
for just average. Talking, back and forth, handing paperwork or license back and forth, asking questions.
Correct.
On address, I would say 10 minutes.
Okay. Even if we get signs printed up, no speaking during process?
Well, when you gotta ask questions, it's your right address.
New signs.
Our new sign has been extremely successful. So once again, we thank the Board of Mayor and Aldermen for approving that capital funding. I'm hearing every day people say, didn't even know that you all were here with the big building. Because on the side of the building, of course, it says near Schreibman, and then it says Laverne Public Library. And a lot of people think that it's a government building and not really the library. So with the sign out there, very pretty, very bright, putting up there all of our programs, it's really made a difference. So we appreciate it, and I think it's going to work fantastic. I finally learned to do them fairly well and can get them up in a timely manner. The good thing is I can do it from home, or Glenn can do it, or Debbie, and that way in case of inclement weather, if we happen to close, then we can get that up on the sign from home. Whereas before I would drive from Murfreesboro and come down and put a sign on the front door. So this is really, really saving us, and we appreciate it very much.
Have taken it and run with it. I got to go by there every day and see new ones that you've done, and I'm like, they're 10 times better than the ones I showed you when I did them.
Yours were great.
She's putting a clip art up there with them that looks just great.
Thank you.
And you tell her that, because I meant to tell her when I was over there, but she's done a good job.
Oh, Debbie, I'll have to take credit. She hasn't done any of the signs.
You did them all?
I did them all.
You told me that Debbie was going to do them all.
She was going to, but she
You've
hasn't
done
learned
awesome.
yet. Thank
You did
you.
awesome.
Usually
Yes.
I wouldn't try to take the thunder,
No,
but
that's,
yeah.
you did. You did a million times better than mine. Do you know, can you estimate how many people may have discovered the library now that you have that? Do you,
It's hard to say.
new faces,
The
things?
first week that we had it up, I would say at least 5 or 6 people a day would come in and say, didn't even know you were here, or we saw your sign and had to come in, or we saw some programs.
That's great.
So, and our library card, issuing those, as you can see here in just a few moments, and of course it is summer reading, that has gone up tremendously. It's
That's a good-
really gone up.
You'll see after summer reading, probably you get a good gauge on
Right.
how that sign is bringing in people that didn't know it was there before, I think.
What's been really neat with our summer reading program, our entertainers who come, I'll get back on their Facebook and they will have taken a selfie of themselves in front of the sign with their name up there. And it really looks good. So, and you taught me well. You said the bigger, the bolder, the better. And that's so true.
Well, you already touched on it. Let's go on into summer reading program.
Okay. Of course, our kickoff was very successful. I have 3 ladies up here that just really rocked it for us, and we appreciate it, and Bridget also came. It was amazing, the number of people who turned out, and it was warm out there, but you all just hung in, and we did learn that 3 hours is too long for a kickoff. We learned that the hard way. Next year, we're going to go down to 2 hours, and I think we can pack in as much fun and as excitement in 2 hours and be able to walk home instead of crawl home. But it was very, very successful. Everyone was excited about the summer reading
It
program.
was very fun.
A lot of fun.
Good.
Kids were so cute in their costumes.
Oh,
Yes.
Some of the adults.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and having the superheroes, we saw many parents pushing their kids out of the way so that they could get a picture with the superheroes. You know, a couple of them were taking selfies, and here's the kid down here, and they're up here with the superheroes. So, worked out really fun. And I wanted to give you a few of our statistics so far. This is just to date from June 1st until today. We have 287 adults signed up, 92 teens, this is middle and high schoolers, 398 readers. This is your children who can read. Some we have reading at age 4, 5, all the way up to 12. Listeners are those generally between 4 and under that listen to someone read to them. Early literacy, for the listeners we had 170. Early literacy we had 64. That is for birth through 2 years old. And we have a special form for them that there's activities for each day for the parents to do with the young children. And they mark that out, and once they get a page filled, then they receive a prize. And it works out really well because we're getting the parents to engage with them. Maybe doing a nursery rhyme or doing some find this. So it's really working out nice. So we have a total right now of 1,011 signed up for summer reading. And we'll still have a few more sign up. A lot will still sign up even the last week of summer reading. We have gone to minutes instead of books, and that has been great because some of your older readers can read chapter books, and some of them are even into books like Harry Potter, whereas before, for every 10 books, you got a prize. Well, if you're reading Harry Potter, you know, you may get 1 prize for summer. This way, for every 10 minutes that you read, you get to color in a star. When you get 1 hour, then that equates to a prize. That has been very encouraging to our chapter readers. If you'll go on, I have a sheet with some circulation statistics and some patrons that we added. I ran the report today, and it's for June 1st through today. It has tomorrow on there, but it's through today. We have checked out 11,409 books. Generally, during our regular year, that will be anywhere between 3,000 to 5,000. So we've doubled our checkouts for this period. So it's a month and about a week. We've renewed 1,361, and in-house use 471. What those are books that we may find around the library that someone has taken off the shelf, maybe looked through, not really sure they want it, or maybe even sat and read for a little while, put it on the table. We go back and check it to make sure it had not been checked out and someone had just left it, and that's what our in-house use is. And you can see the different circulation classes, CDs, DVDs, homeschool DVDs, limited circ. Those are the ones that you have to be above the age of 17 to check out. And some of our DVDs are considered limited circ, and some of our adult graphics because of the content. And then our regular circ will be like all of our books, our print items. Any questions on the circulation? Okay, we'll move on down to the patron report class and the number of patrons that we added. And this is for the same time period, about a month and a week. for adults, we added 133. Homeschool ST1, that's for parents who homeschool. They can also put their child as homeschool because a homeschool parent gets to keep the books for a month. And we changed it for the children because it was like the children were checking out for 2 weeks, the parents were checking out for a month. And it ended up being that, all the things weren't due back at the same time. It just didn't make sense. So now if you're a homeschool mom or dad or grandparent, then we change children that's under your card to homeschool also. So we had 4 of the 5 through 11-year-olds, 1 through the 12 through 17-year-olds. We had 10 seniors, 79 ST1s, and that's 5 through the age of 12, 30 ST2s, which is 12 through 17. 2 teachers signed up, and the teachers also check out for 30 days, with a total of 259 added for that period. That can be anywhere on a normal month between 40 to 100. So again, we doubled really well there. And if you notice our current number of patrons, we have 41,371. Now, of course, not all of those are totally active, but that's the number that we have in our database. Any questions on that? Okay. Chairman Jones, do you want me to go ahead with Jeopardy?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, of course, Chairman Jones has come up with a great fundraising idea of doing a Jeopardy. We were going to try to work on getting some questions together, kind of gathering information, and that just has not happened due to the numbers that we have had and being busy with the number of staff that we had. So we are going to go ahead and look into that, and we're thinking that winter may be a good time to hold this particular fundraiser. So if anyone has some questions or has some idea about how we can make this work, I know Chairman Jones has the vision in his head, and so we'll just
And
go
you don't want
from
to look
there.
in there.
But we appreciate you coming up with a great fundraiser.
And
Our-
again, this is board-wide. Everyone, if everyone just help each other to do it, because I've already proven my inability to remember to do this stuff, so I'm going to need all the help that I can get on this.
All right, our next library board meeting will be Monday, September the 9th. And I did not put it on here, but did want to let you know our closure for September will be Saturday, August 31st, and then September 2nd? Or is it August the 30th? It would be the Saturday and the Monday of Labor Day.
Okay.
Okay.
And that way our staff can have the 3-day weekend. And I want to say kudos to our staff. With July 4th falling as it did on a Thursday, we usually try to tie in some days in order to give them a holiday, but told them can't do that this time. So they were off on July 4th, and then everyone came back on Friday and Saturday. And it was appreciated. There were just a couple who had requested off, and they requested off, beforehand. So very dedicated staff, very dedicated part-time staff, because we have 11 part-time and then 6 full-time. And at this time, we're also down 2 of our part-time. So we have 9 part-time and 6 full-time that's running the library at this time. So we couldn't do it without our part-time staff.
Was that it?
That's it.
All righty. Again, I'm soliciting your help on, just if you could just jot it down, and we'll work from there. I'm asking people, at work and everything. Because I know at some point we're going to have to ask something about these singers that are out here now, and I don't know any of them. I'm more Aretha and Mary J. Blige and all of them. I don't know. So any help that you can provide, I do look forward to getting this off the ground. And again, I'm still going to sustain my donation of the 3 top prizes. And they will be worth, I mean, I hope they don't win some of them so I can keep them. But I'll get the prizes out there.
Thank
and
you.
We're gonna go from there on it. Are there any other comments from any other board members? All righty, Donna, are there anything further?
Again, just thank you all for your support. You're a fantastic board, and I know that I can call on any of you, and our staff feels very comfortable with that. Do come by if you get an opportunity and see some of the madness that's going on at this point. We only have 2 more weeks of summer reading, and then school will be starting. I do want to add, Debbie has been going to, of course, the daycares during the school year, and she has extended it to where they are also participating in summer reading. And the teachers will read to them. They'll get to color in their little stars, and then Miss Debbie will come on Thursday and bring their prizes to them. And that's been very, very exciting. So I appreciate her in doing that. It's a great outreach.
Yeah, I meant to ask you about that. Speaking
Okay.
of that, my son came home with some slime. Yeah.
Yes. And this time I will give Miss Debbie all the credit. Miss Debbie handed out the prizes.
I said, I was like, who came home? Who gave you slime? And he said, the library lady. And I said, okay.
And it wasn't Miss Donna, the library lady. It was Miss Debbie. They loved that slime.
Yes.
I'm sure the teachers were not real happy with it. And also, has he received the soak the ball and throw it yet?
Oh, goodness. Not that I'm
Got something to
aware.
look forward to.
Not that I'm aware of, no.
And Miss Debbie, the library lady, she says she's going to explain to them how you put it down in water and you get it really, really wet and then you toss it. So,
Miss Debbie.
so just,
Well, and as far as that prize goes, if it's like it is out there today, I want
it would
one.
feel good.
I want one.
Absolutely. Have your children enjoyed?
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
of course.
great.
Yeah. They love books. Yeah, definitely.
That's great. And there's 4 daycares that she goes to. She had reached out to all the daycares here in Laverne, and the 4 had responded, and those are the ones that she's been going to this whole year. And she would go every Thursday, once a month, to each daycare. But during the summer, she's going to all 4 each week in order to get their prizes to them and to read a book. So it's another good outreach that we have, again, with very small staff, but
Yeah.
they're passionate about their jobs.
That's good.
All right, with that being said, I got one other thing I want to ask of the board. If we could all come together on well, I don't guess we have to all be together. I was thinking about the time so we can get up and get the first cards made for the board members.
Okay.
So, but we don't need everybody at once, right? Just,
I think you could come separately. It
Yeah.
might be a nice photo op to have
Yeah.
several
Yeah,
of you
good photo op.
together.
on one
So-
card? No.
On your card. But yes, I think it would be nice, and we could get Ann
Okay.
to come over and take some good
All right.
photos.
So just think about that.
And that'll be in mid-August, so you good?
Yes, we'll let you know the date for sure.
All righty. Well, with that being said, thank everyone for coming out. It's adjourned.